All right, now that you have your paper headed, I really want to try to show you how important. And again, this lesson is so important, I've slowed down some. All right, this whole chapter is super important. All right, now today is really important. All right, now for those of you guys who like to, we did proportions in 5th grade and in 6th grade, so I'm really not teaching you anything new. I just want to demonstrate why it is true. So I want everybody to look up here on the board so I can show you something kind of important. All right? You don't have to write anything else down except this. Well, you don't even have to write this down. You just have to watch. All right? Now, I'm making something easy. 1/2 is equal to 5/10. Please look up. Now, everybody knows that's true. 1/2 is the same as 5/10. Now, when you solve a proportion, do you remember in 5th and 6th grade how we taught you to solve a proportion? What was the rule for solving a proportion? Do you remember? No. What? What? Yeah, but what's that called, though? Nobody can remember 5th and 6th grade math? When you're solving a proportion, we say you cross multiply, and then you do what? Then you divide. Now, I was, very skeptical always. And I was like, who made that up and why? All right? And I didn't care that it worked. I want to know why it works. So I want to try to show you something that's kind of important that will help you understand why does that work. All right? Because when you cross multiply, take a look now. I would multiply 1 times 10 together. And then I would multiply what? 2 times 5 together. And what did they notice? They're both equal to 10. All right? Or they're both just what? They're equal. All right? So when you cross multiply, you create 2 things that are equal. That's what they know is true. All right, that's why it actually works. If 2 fractions are equal, when you cross multiply, we say those products will be equal. Those products will be equal. Come on, hurry up. I don't know what you're doing. I'm sorry. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, go quickly. I'm sorry. You're up. Keep going. All right. Now, we cross multiply. That creates 2 situations which they are equal. All right. Now, how does that help us with solving a proportion? Now, we're going to do problems 1, 3, and 5, and you're going to do it exactly like I tell you to do it. And then I'm going to say you don't have to do it that way anymore. You can just cross multiply and divide using your calculator. All right, but you first have to set it up properly. All right? The reason why I'm making you set it up properly is because I want you to understand exactly what we're doing. All right? So everybody's going to put number 1 down, and you don't even have to write the original problem. All right? To solve a proportion, what did I say we do? We what? You cross multiply. So when I cross multiply, I put the variable first. So what's m times 27? Very good. 27m. So everybody writes down 27m. Bless you. Everybody's got to write that down. Sean, what are you doing? 27m. Now, 27m is equal to and 18 times 36, I think, is 648. All right? Now, after you cross multiply, you then do what? Divide. But in this case, after you write that down, I want everybody to write down divided by 27, divided by 27. That's what I need you to do. Everybody's got to write that down. We're going to write it down 3 times so your brain knows what to do. And then I have M is equal to, what's 648 times 20, or divided by 27? 24. Anybody else agree with M equals 24? Remember, don't let someone else tell you what the answer is. You do the work on your own. All right? What don't you understand? I know, because you were cleaning out your folder while I was explaining something. So just be patient. Come on, you're super smart. All right? You got to work with me, not at your own pace. That's what I have to try to teach you. 2 years, I got to teach you. All right? So I'm going to explain number 3. You listen carefully on number 3, all right? All right, here we go. For question number 3. We got to cross multiply. I always want you to do the number times the variable first. So if I do the number times the variable first, it will be what? It will be 8x. All right? So everybody writes down for number 3. 8x is equal to. Now we're going to do what? Yeah. What happens? Just stop talking and interrupting. What is it? Well, that's why you have a calculator. All right? Somebody tell me what 16 times 17 is. How much? 272. So that's right there on your paper, Jack. Same with you. That's exactly what's on your paper. I'll be checking in a minute. And then the next thing we do is we divide by 8. So then we write x is equal to, what is it? 34. What number's in front of the x? Yeah, that's right. Every single time. Cross multiply, and then you divide. Cross multiply, then you divide. All right? You always divide by the number that's in front of the variable. But I would also want you to know how to solve that one-step equation. Right? You always undo what's next to the variable. All right? So now for question number 5. All right? For number 5. What am I doing? Tell me. Yep. 2.6n equals. And what is that? There you have it. Perfect. Divide by 2.6. Divide by 2.6. N equals 29. Look, that's something. Matt, you good on that? You with me? A little bit's not good enough for me. All right, so you gotta catch up. Raise your hand. Help me. All right, I don't want to have to ask. That's why I'm appreciative of what she said. She doesn't know something. She raised her hand. So if you don't know, speak up now. Come on, it's your time. I'm not. You know, you're getting older. 8th grade next year. Same thing. You speak up. All right. So now. What? You mean the variable? Doesn't matter. Hold on. What's the matter, Sean? Tell me. Are you having? I didn't know how to get the. Okay, so you're good now. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. All right, one more time to help you out. Last time. You're always multiplying diagonally. And I always tell kids, use the variable first. So 2.6 times n is 2.6n. Does that make sense so far? Then you multiply the other one. 5.8 times 13. So what is that? How much? 75.4. Now, the rule is you cross multiply and then you divide. So you always divide by the number in front of the variable. 2.6, 2.6. And so now n is equal to what? There you have it, man. That is all there is to it. That's it. That's it. Cross multiply and divide. All right, so now I'm trying to make myself clear. Max didn't know something. I had to ask him. If you don't know something, put your hand up. I know I get fussy sometimes because that's not why. Same thing I had to tell him. He didn't know because he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. And all of a sudden he wants to know, and he hasn't been paying attention for 5 minutes. That's frustrating. All right? So if you're not paying attention, it's kind of hard to learn something. I stand up here and tell you it's easy because guess what? It is. But you have to pay attention and work with me on the problems. And don't skip steps. And don't think you know better. That's part of the problem. All right? Everybody good on that? All right, now what I want to do is I want to take a look at number 2. Now you are allowed not to show any work because I taught you how to do it properly. So now I want on number 2, everybody puts T equals. Now you use your calculator and cross multiply and divide. And let's see if you can do it. Answer.
It's 12.6.
Oh, it is 12.6, she says. Now, don't take her word for it. You do it yourself. That way you know if you understand. If you don't get 12.6, you raise your hand and say, hey, give me a little bit of help here. I'm not sure where you get 12.6. All right? And again, like I said, most of you guys have calculators, so every day bring a calculator. Every day bring a calculator. We're always going to need it. Every single day. Proportions are easy. I'd rather do a lot of problems than have you do the arithmetic. All right? No, I'm telling you. You think I'm playing around? I'm not. Yes, ma'am. Right here. We're going to get to it right now. They're coming up. All right? Very important information. All right? Super important. All right? Number 4, I write down P equals. Xavier, what did you get?
2.4.
Anybody else get 2.4? 2.4? See what I'm saying? It's simple. Very easy. 2.4. Yeah, because you're too busy messing around. All right. Everybody happy with 2.4? So now number 6, we just write C equals. Somebody said 55. Somebody agree with 55? All right. So I'm pretty happy with you on that. All right. Now, someone said something just a minute ago. When are we going to use this in the real world? Honestly, proportions is one of the most important things. All right. It's used a lot. All right. In business, in the real world, all different types of applications. All right. And so now they're going to give you a little bit of the real world. Small. All right. Now, on 7 and 8, you have to set up the proportion, and then you can use your what? Then you can use your calculator. Setting up the proportion has to be done. All right? So it says aspect ratio is the ratio of the width to the height of a television screen. A widescreen television screen has an aspect ratio of 16 inches wide by 9 inches high. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a ratio of And this is 16 inches what? Wide over what? 9 inches high. Now, if you make a bigger TV, you want it to match that ratio. Does everybody agree with me? So this is how you figure out. All right? If you have a TV that is 48 inches wide, how tall is it going to be? Well, 48 inches wide, where does that go on the fraction? On the top or the bottom? Why does it go on the top?
Because you put the 16 wide.
Yeah, the 16 wide is on the top, so you have to put the wide on the top. So we're going to put fraction bar, 48 inches, and then unknown, x. That's what we're trying to find. How high is our television? Tucker,
27 inches high.
is that correct? Somebody else. Is that right? So now, he actually said it properly too. He said 27 inches. 27 inches high. And again, listen to me, guys. Do not just write the answer. Do the work.
I got 16.
Well, then you got to redo the cross multiplying and dividing. Great. You have something to add?
I have a question.
Good.
So, you put I.
No, that's the symbol for inches.
Oh, so just 2 lines.
Yeah. Just like 1 is the symbol for foot. But if you put inches, IN. Yeah, like this. If I said 16 feet, that's the symbol for 16 feet. This is the symbol for 16 inches. But you don't have to write that. You can write IN or FT. There isn't a symbol for yours. Yeah, I don't know why they do that, honestly. All right? But that is the symbol. Thank you for asking that. I didn't know if people didn't know. All right? It would make sense. All right? Okay, so 27 inches. What? Say it again. Yeah.
That's what it does?
Here we go. Okay, number 8. All right. Now, this person has a total of 12.5 hours of football practice every 5 days. So you write down 12.5 H for what? Hours in a what? How many? 5 days. All right. Now, specifically, you want to know how many would there be, how many hours would there be in what? 15 days. So you can make a proportion. Now, where would the 15 days go? On the bottom. And we put our X on the top. All right, so now double check yourself. Cross multiply, divide, and Sienna, what do we get? I'm waiting for you. Somebody said 37.5 what though? Shh, don't tell her. 37, yes, thank you very much. 37.5 hours. All right? Yes. Now, some of you guys have yes, that's 100% correct. There's always a relationship. Sometimes there is an easy one, sometimes there's not. All right? Now we're going to set up the proportion again because they want it for what? 22 days. So we're going to write 12.5 hours over 5 days is equal to X over 22. What do we get? 55 what? 55 hours. Is everybody okay with that? Hold on 1 second. 55 hours. What? I don't listen. Your objective. You have to write the proportion, and then you write the answer. The reason why I do that is because there's lots of different ways to do it. Believe it or not. You with me? And some of you have good number sense, you can just say, hey, I can do that. I want you to do that. All right, that's why I say I don't care how you solve it. All right. Now, the directions. Hear me, girls. These right here, Sean, you're happy today. You know why you're happy? Because you can just write the answers. All right, I knew you'd like that. I thought of you. 9 through 20, you can just write Z equals, M equals, B equals, because you can use your what? Now, put your hand down. These right here, you must set up the what? You have to set up the proportion. You're not just going to tell me what the answer is. Sean, I knew you'd be mad at me for this one. All right? You're not allowed to just tell me the answer. You have to set up the proportion. Once you set up the proportion, then you can do what? Tell me the answer. All right? They may happy with that explanation. They may have any questions with that. What?
Like if you want to, can you like write everything out?
Yeah, of course. Of course. What?
For the rest of them, are they all?
This is what I'm showing you right now. From 9 to 20, you can just tell me the answer. For 21 through 25, you have to set the proportion up. Now when you're down here, set up the proportion. 31, the last one you have to do, cross multiply. Just tell me the answer. Everybody okay with that? All right, guys, I really think you can get done before the bell rings. All right. Now, the next thing I want you to do is go to Classroom, and the solutions are posted. So every 4 or 5 problems, you should check and make sure you're doing it right. You don't want to go through the whole thing and make mistakes. All right, that's what the problem is. Max, did you hear me? I want you to check your work. You hear me? Pull that up on your screen. And quiet, and let's get it done before you leave. How about that? Get it done before you leave. No talking. And if you're not sure about something, come on up to my desk. I have some people that are already on 20.